What's happening? How you doing? How's your day going? How's your night? How's your morning? Have you ate your vegetables today? If not, do that. Or not. Drink a soda. I don't care. Whichever. Because guess what? I am too. Let's see. Prostitution. Rehabilitative. So maybe there's a prostitute that has rehabilitated her life, or could be a he too, but usually it's a woman, whatever. But I'll just say this person has rehabilitated, and they've transformed. Maybe they've got out of their old ways, out of the industry or something, and maybe they were on drugs or something like that and had to go to rehab. Either way, they've transformed. They have rehabilitated. Maybe this person wants to settle down now and have like a family, possibly, or just wants to settle down and get out of that industry and that behavior, I guess, or that situation, that life. And it's someone that it's like someone that has changed their life completely, and they're out of space. So possibly it's someone that has like changed their life from their past, and maybe they're out. Maybe they have a lot of stuff from their past or something like that, and they're out of space, or they're spaced out. Maybe after rehabilitating, they kind of went spaced out, or maybe they went spaced out, and that's why they had to rehabilitate. Maybe there was a prostitute involved in helping this person either space out or rehabilitate, or both, or neither, whichever. Maybe this is somebody that had a sex addiction, and maybe they were seeing a prostitute, and now they're like out of that space. They've rehabilitated themselves from this, and they're out of that space and not doing that no more, possibly. And this was a task for them, or ask, or maybe you asked, or maybe somebody asked, either maybe a prostitute asked, maybe a prostitute was wanting to go to rehab and asked the rehab place for a space, but they were out of space. This person wanted to go to rehab but was not able to, and it was a task for them to get help. Everybody says that. That's one thing. I've been to a lot of rehabs and mental institutions in my life. Okay? No joke. And it is a task to get into some of these places. Most of these places, actually. It is, unless you know somebody, or you just happen to fall on an empty bed somehow. Just God working. That's all I can say. It is, a lot of times they are out of space, and they're like underfunded. Sometimes, most of the time, I got to admit, most of the time, I will say most of the nurses and all and doctors are pretty good. The ones I've had, but I've had some ones that did not really give a shit, and some like weird stuff would be happening at these places. And for somebody that's in this industry that wants to go to rehab, first of all, it's a task, it's a process, a lot of red tape involved, and most of the time you find that they're out of space. And like I said, somebody in this industry, well, somebody in wanting to go to rehab anyway, and when they're already having trouble trying to get in, they find out they're out of space. You know how hard of a place that puts them? Like, it's just like, it'll like cause your like whole stomach to just drop. Like, it's like you're like, all right, the whole world's over. I'll just end it now. That kind of thing. Like what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? And especially somebody in this, obviously in this industry, there's a lot of trafficking of sorts. And imagine if somebody's wanting to get out of that, it is a task in itself. And not counting if they have any kind of addictions or like debts and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And it just makes it that much more harder. And then when you call and you like actually break down, it's hard for somebody that's in active addiction to call a rehab place or something like that, and ask for help and shit. That's a big step in itself right there. And then when you get told you're out of space, or you have to wait 17 days or some bullshit like that, it kind of ruins it in a sense. And I think there should be more rehabs, or they should somewhat be like restructured on some of them anyway. And it's just like with jail. A lot of these people in jail should be in rehabs and not in jail. And it's just like, well, it's just like jail, going to jail. You go to jail and everybody in there is, one, they're fucking nicking from cigarettes or vaping or something, like they jonesing like hell, coming off of drugs, or have some kind of fucking wild shit going on or something. It's a fucking madhouse. It's an animal. I mean, it's like a fucking like a kennel. You know what I mean? In there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some really good people and cool people and stuff like that. You find some really smart people too in there, which is kind of weird in itself there also. But when you throw a lot of people in together in cramped conditions, hardly no food, and most of these people ain't been eating none, and then this is their first food, and after like a week, all you want to do is eat, and they ain't got no money. You can't call nobody to get no money. It's fucking, it's bad, man. And then you got very little cops in there on top of that, so you got a very serious situation that could be turned violent, like with the snap of a finger, man. Anything could pop off. So, but I'm just saying, somebody in these kind of situations that are wanting to reach out or wanting help, wanting to change their life, they find it a task, and they find that most of these places are outer space, cramped. People are overworked, underpaid, don't care. Just kind of revolving door situations. These places are jails and rehabs, both in themselves are revolving doors. I look at them as the same, kind of, in a way. I mean, I know they're a lot different, but I'm saying the revolving door, you just come in and out, and it's like almost kind of, it's just like jail with rehab. It's like once you're like in that system, like you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like jail's like maybe it's like almost like once you go to jail one time, it's almost like a lifetime of fucking bullshit that comes with it. And also like rehab or going to the methadone clinic, because it goes on your fucking rehab and the fucking like clinic and stuff goes on your record and stuff like that. So automatically they're gonna put you like for um, opiate or whatever, or drug abuse. You know what I mean? Disorder stuff, and that's gonna fuck your record. It's gonna throw a red flag, and they're gonna mark you because I know I've like my shit's all red flagged. My fucking whole folder's probably just red. You know what I mean? But um, anywho, that's neither here nor there. But I do know that it is a fucking task, and to like get into a rehab, unless you know somebody or you just happen to just catch it on a limb on like whoever the counselor is or something that they feel for you and they actually get you in there. You know what I mean? But most of the time, you do find that they're like out of space, underfunded. Um, like they're supposed to have all these activities and these functions, and they're supposed to do all this and that. But all right, they have all these functions and activities and stuff, and all this and that, the stuff like that they're supposed to be able to do or help you with, and this, and you find that most of that's not true, or at least state ones and stuff. I don't know about like real nice like rehabs. I'm sure they're fucking real nice. You know what I mean? But if you ain't got a bunch of money, you ain't going. Which they're gimmicks in the first place anyway. They're just like little resorts for vacation, and half the time these motherfuckers get probably better drugs than they got off the street. So, yeah, I don't know. Some of these and then some of the back in a while ago, some of these rehabs were like caught with the pill mill things, like making it a revolving door, and also they had people set up in there to traffic people that were like certain cases or something like that, and they can just slip them through the damn cracks and you never see them again, kind of shit. Or, but I know they had a problem with that for a while, and I'm sure they still do. You just don't hear about it. You know what I mean? The news ain't going to talk about nothing but what they want to distract you with. They ain't going to tell you anything on the news that they really want you to know. If they, if they did, they'd be out of a job. But this person is possibly wanting to have a ceremony. Maybe they're like, or you should be, this is an achievement. This person should have a ceremony. They have achieved, rehabilitation. So, and it's a task in itself, and it's out of space, man. I mean, it's just far out, man. No, but yeah. Once you get through that, you should be able to celebrate and be happy about that. You know what I mean? That's like a real big thing, man. And a lot of people, I don't think I don't know really how hard it is unless you've been there. I know there's a lot of people, especially now, that back in the day it wasn't quite as much and it was harder for people to understand. So people are more understanding it now and it's less taboo and shit like that. But it still is to a point. And a lot of people that this is one thing like you cannot know. I mean, you can know it and do all this, but if you ain't been in active addiction, you just do not know how hard it is. So if you really get yourself straight and get out of that space, and you know, you should be able to. You should have some kind of ceremony for yourself, or someone should have a ceremony for you, because I mean, it's a quite of an achievement, and I congratulate anybody that does, even if you only have one day. I congratulate you, and I think you're awesome, because that shit's fucking hard, man. For real. I mean, just imagine, like cigarettes, vapes, sugar, you know, shit like that. Your favorite chips, popcorn, whatever. You know, you don't want to put that shit down. You know what I mean? So if somebody puts something that's, I don't know if it's how much more addictive it is than that kind of stuff, or if it's just as addictive as that stuff, but you get what I mean. Either way, it's hard to put down. So, yeah, you should be very happy, and there should be, you should be able to have some kind of festivities or whatever, and just space out, man. You know what I mean? Because you've went through a lot. If you got out of if you've rehabilitated from this industry and anything that goes with that, you know what I mean? Because that definitely is a task for sure. So, yeah, and I would consider you an adult for that, Chief. Yeah, you'd be a pretty big. So maybe a adult chief, somebody very high up, whatever, has been through this process. Yeah. And maybe they want to change the laws. Maybe they want to help make it where they're not out of space for people, and it ain't such a task to get into these places to get help. If it weren't such a task sometimes to get into some of these places to get help, maybe there wouldn't be as many people in jail per se. You know what I mean? Maybe they would have went out that day before they got in trouble and got thrown in jail. They would have actually made it into that bed in that rehab. So that happens a lot too, I imagine. And so maybe this chief, this higher up, whatever, is being being an adult about this. Maybe creating some kind of task force on and making trying to change some laws, or make some kind of laws to where, like, maybe make like I don't know, if, like, say make police like more like an EMS kind of like person, or have like an EMS person type deal, or a counselor kind of, a drug person, coming with these people to some of these houses or something, like, try to get these people out of prostitution, or or out of these drug dens and stuff like that, and I know there's people out there that do that, so but I'm just reading what I see. But so maybe they're going to throw more money in that. Maybe they're going to get some more grants or something for that stuff. Because probably that is one of the biggest tasks this chief has, is like getting enough space, getting enough beds, and people to run the places. It's just like jail, like, it can't get people to work in the jails and stuff like that. They probably can't get a whole lot. I'm sure it's a lot easier, but I'm just saying, you got to have special people, really, to work in these places. And they have to deal with a lot too. So, but either way, but maybe these people are going to have a ceremony for you. For me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright. Just fucking off. Either way. Y'all be good. Peace out. And just know, have a great day. I love you. Bye.